The Microsoft Surface Duo, the original, price still hovering around $400. Amazon link will be in the description. That's brand new. But the reason for the video today is a couple different things. Number one, they have their September security update right on time. In fact, Microsoft's doing a better job monthly getting security patches out for this device at 2 years old than some companies are doing for their brand new devices, which you'll love to see. And that gives you some sort of a security blanket when you're looking to buy this device, perhaps brand new in 2022, to know it's being actively supported and actively developed for. The September patch didn't have anything major that they were working on or fixing, and that's fine. They just kind of give you the regular Android update for the device, but that's great because if it's not broke, don't fix it. But you'll love to see Microsoft supporting an older device in a technology that you don't know what direction they're going to go in. There's not really going to be a Surface Duo 3 for this year, or maybe it'll be later in the year, or maybe who knows what they're working on for it. But I kept hearing those rumors and those whispers that the Surface Duo 3 might be a traditional, and it's kind of odd to say when there's something that could possibly be traditional when it comes to foldable, but a more traditional folding device where you just kind of have the one giant display and it folds in half. And as I was using my Fold 4 a lot for videos the past couple of weeks, I found myself saying, well, now that the Fold 4 is kind of gotten itself in a position where I feel comfortable multitasking on it, where it can handle productivity stuff and business stuff better than its predecessors, would something like this, the two display approach of the Surface Duo, be obsolete? Is this the wrong kind of folding device in 2022 and moving forward? So then I went back and started using this on the security patch, but like I said, no big updates. But I started using it, and I was immediately telling myself, no, it's not the wrong type of device. There's a lot of value to be had here with the two different displays, with just kind of that wonderful hinge that Microsoft has on the Surface Duo between the two. So one thing that I would like to see on the Surface Duo 3, and number one, I would be disappointed after using this again if they went to a foldable design where the screen is actually folding in on itself. I think that they should go back to more the Surface Duo design. In fact, even the Surface Duo Surface Duo 2 videos, if you watched them, I expressed disappointment in the fact that they kind of caved and gave in to a lot of the noise of people wanting more smartphone type type features rather. In essence, the camera hump, things like that, a better camera, a smartphone camera, and all the rest of it. And the hump was a result of that. You couldn't quite fold it flat. Some people said it didn't bother them. To me, it bothered me when I used one in store. I think that they should go back to a design like this where they lean into the uniqueness of their device and use that to their advantage. And there are things that you'd still want to do, and I still prefer doing on this type of design that I don't prefer doing on my Fold 4. And when you look at the Microsoft ecosystem and what they provide with their apps, so we're going to go ahead and look into Outlook here. So one of the things I love about Outlook with my, this is fine, I don't think there's anything here. One of the things I like about Outlook on the Fold 4 is how I'm able to really get into the inbox, keep it clean, how one half of the screen is now usable where I could see all the messages, and then the other half I could go in and select a particular message and then read the entire email and have that split on both screens. But when then you get into spanning for your Microsoft Surface Duo, which works really well now, well, you can have the entire left screen, that 4:3 aspect ratio, the entire left display be the list of emails that you have, and the entire right display be the email itself to work on. There are still things that Microsoft can lean into productivity-wise that would make this a smart choice for a lot of people. Certainly as a second device when you're talking about $400. If you run a business, if you use this as a work phone, if you use this as just a manager, an organizer, whatever it happens to be, these are things that you could get on this device that while you can get them on a Fold 4, they're not as intuitive and easy to do as they are on the Microsoft Surface Duo. And then you look into stuff like OneNote. If you're somebody who uses OneNote a whole heck of a lot, let me tell you something. You go ahead and you span that. You have your entire sets of notebooks on this side. You could go to any page, and then you have the entire notebook page on the right-hand side of the screen. And I just absolutely love that. And the other things that I love about this. It's not, the social media stuff is fine. It's not exactly tailored toward, Twitter and Instagram aren't exactly tailored toward this experience. But when you open up Instagram, first of all, you could do social media. It's fantastic because I love 4x3 for content. Love 4x3 for content, especially Twitter and Instagram. I just have always found, whether it's the 1x1 stuff from the Passport, whatever it is, I fell in love with that. I love the fact that these displays are the ratio that they are. But let's say you want to go ahead and go across and span it. Well, then you get kind of this old school newspaper feel. Like you got the first page and you unfolded an old school newspaper and you're reading and you're scrolling. And yeah, there's the big hinge in the middle. But, we've gotten used to that type of stuff. And to be able to consume content like this, I still think is a giant bonus. And it's not something that you typically do on something like the Fold 4. And Twitter's the same way with the experience on there, which I happen to like quite a bit. So if you're looking at those type of things, I think Microsoft would be wise to stick with this design for the Duo 3. And the other thing that this does have, believe it or not, an inherent advantage over things like the Fold 4, and that is the durability. I understand this particular one, the first one, because of the plastic frame, wasn't the most durable device in the world. However, when I pick up this device, and when I'm carrying around my Surface Duo, I don't have the hesitations and the reservations to pick it up and use it that I do still with my Fold 4. And that's with the Fold 4 in the condition it's in now, with a very sturdy hinge and a sturdy inner display where you don't feel like you're going to break it just by carrying it around. This device, you could just do anything on. When I'm out and about, I just don't care about flipping it over, holding it one-handed like this, having the outer display out, go ahead closing it. I'm not thinking about, am I over? Am I holding it too high up in the air? If I drop it from this height, is there a problem? Listen, your displays are, number one, they're glass, so you're going to have more durability there than you will on the inner display of the Fold, but also they're completely protected by the outer bits of the device when you have it closed. And I just think that having that added durability or that added peace of mind certainly has some value when you're talking about these devices that we can get a little rough and tumble with if they're out in the elements, if we're using them outdoors, if we're going back and forth using them on a train or a bus, you're waiting outside, whatever it happens to be. These devices do have the potential to take a tumble, and this type of foldable, you get this display area with the Surface Duo without the worries and the reservations that you do have using a Fold 4 where you think, I'm going to break it. This is $2,000, I'm going to break it. I think for the Surface Duo 3, lean into the stuff that made the Duo unique, but bring that price point down. The odd part and the weird thing is when you come out with these devices, it's $1,500 and $1,600. Then you look over at Samsung and they're coming in at $1,799 for the Fold 4. I'm going to get the Fold 4 10 out of 10 times if the prices are comparable. You come out with something like this at $999 to start on launch. That's the annoying part. They come out at $1,500, then all of a sudden, 2 or 3 months down the line, $999. Start there. Figure out a way to make it work where you start at $999. Then you have a conversation. Then you have me jumping on a device like this because the productivity, I still think, is unmatched even compared to the more traditional foldable devices. So give us that durability. Give us that functionality. Give us the ability to span apps. Lean into the Microsoft ecosystem. Give people a reason to get locked into this device from a business standpoint. Not every device has to be for every person. They kind of did that with the Surface Duo 2, but get that out of your head. It's okay to have specialty devices if you can get them at a price point that works and that's palatable and doesn't scare people away. If you've made it this far, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Until next time, still great, $400, that's quite the steal. Have that Steve-alicious day.